So these are pretty much all the flowers I've picked this evening, and I just can't believe the sort of how amazing they are. Just gardening is the best thing in the world, isn't it? It's just so exciting that all these you can grow from seed or tubers or cuttings in one season. It just blows my mind. Hello, if you saw my last video, which I will link up here, I talked about how I've got so many flowers at the moment that I was thinking of cutting them all and making a huge bouquet. So I'm kind of going to do that now. I've actually got 2 orders to go out in the morning. So I'm going to pick an awful lot of flowers, because with annuals you've got to keep picking or you don't get new ones. So I just thought it'd be fun to make a really big bouquet. So follow me. You can see I've got all my buckets. I've got these, I've got a couple more if I need them, and I've got dahlias to pick over there. So I'm just going to go and start picking away. Put that one there. So I'm going to pick some of these zinnias. I'm stripping the leaves as I go because that will make it quicker for the actual arranging. I'm not going to worry about a colour scheme. I'm just going to put everything together, so I think that's going to be quite fun as well. So that one's already quite full. And I've waited till the evening because you either want to cut your flowers first thing in the morning or in the evening, so they're not struggling in the heat of the day, and then they will last better. So I'm going to bring you in and carry on. So I've got a lot, as you can see, I've got a lot of snapdragons. Oops, that one broke. That's a bit sad. I'm going to do a bit of deadheading as I go. But because this bunch isn't going to be sold, I'm going to use flowers that I probably wouldn't use otherwise. You know, ones that I'm not sure how long they'll last, or ones that are going at a funny. I might not use that one. You have to be really careful with snapdragons. I mean, most of these are growing through the mesh, but anything that's going up the side, they always bend to go with the light. So actually, I think I'll check that one. I've got these lovely coral ones. And ones like this, well, they're only just starting to come out. I'll leave those because those are ones that I could use at the weekend for orders. Right, I guess I'm going to put scabious in there. And again, there's some like one like that that's fully out. I wouldn't sell that because it's not going to last that long. But as this is just for me, this is, let me show you. This is more like one that you would pick. You can see how the middle hasn't come out fully yet, so it hasn't been pollinated, so it would last much longer in the vase. They've been amazing, these scabious. I do like them. Even when they go over, I actually think if you take off all the... I actually quite like using that as a decorative element. One like that, obviously not much use, so I'm cutting off things like that as I go. See, that one's kind of perfect. So the better ones I will use in my orders. That one's gone a bit wonky, so that will go in my pile over there. And if you want long stems, you pick them, you have to pick some of the buds as well, so that you can pick a bud, you know, as these are for me, I don't need to worry about having the longest stems. Well, that one's a bit too far gone. And I can't even pull the petals off that one. I'll go on my pile of compost. That's okay. And then if you heard me talk about these in my last video, these aren't my favourite. I thought they were going to be a variety called Coral Fountain, which I don't think these are, because they're just not pale enough. And I seem to have got a lot of them. But I'm going to pick them. And actually, I think now I've decided I prefer, I don't know why I didn't grow any of the hot biscuits. It's amaranth, the Amaranthus hot biscuits, because that, I love that, because that's a sticky up one, and I actually think they're easier to use. Whoops. I find the leaves go wholly quite a lot, so they're a bit of a pain to pick. But I'll pick some, because this is the perfect opportunity to use some, and maybe I'll decide I like them. If I've got a bit like that where I've picked something before, just clip it off where you can't see it. I think that's, you know, even if I was selling that, I would consider doing that, as long as it doesn't see and the plant has got integrity. I think that's fine to do that. These are, I mean, they do look very dramatic, and they give a lot of movement. I just don't, I find the leaves a bit coarse. So I'm going to trim most of those off. And although it's time consuming, stripping and taking off any leaves you don't like as you go, it saves you an awful lot of time in the long run. That's quite fun. I mean, the stalk itself might be too short, but I do like how long that one's got. That was leaning right over the edge. Now that's a better one that I can use. And that is an amazing texture, isn't it? It's like chenille. Right, is that too much for me? No, that's not too much, is it? If you watched my video about printing with leaves, I found amaranth, because they've got really prominent veins, they're a really good candidate for that method. Right. So, we're getting a nice lot of flowers. What else shall I take? I think I'll take some of the Bells of Ireland. And I'm picking some of the Bells of Ireland. Not loads, because it's one of those... Oh, it has such a lovely sort of smell on it. It's fresh and almost minty, but not quite. But again though, like the amaranth, the leaves can get a bit tatty. So it can be quite time consuming to pick. But I'm not going to pick loads of it, because it's one of those plants, but again because it's bract, a bit like the clary sage, which I'll pick some of that in a minute. Because they're bracts, they tend to last really long on the stem even before you pick them. So I don't feel like an imperative to pick them or they're going to go over, because they won't. But I'll pick a few because they're going to look really dramatic. There's nothing like them. I love the sort of fresh apple green of them. I might pick more tomorrow, I'll see how I get on, but I think I'll just pick 3 for now. And I think I said I'm going to leave the straw flowers because I want to keep them. I say I want to dry them. You don't even really need to do anything, they just kind of dry. But here's I'll go in my pot, and I'll pick some. I've got some grasses here. I'll pick some of the Panicum violaceum, because that's going to look really dramatic. And by picking it, oh, that one's a little bit premature, but that's fine. By picking it, you're going to encourage more growth. Got lots of the Frosted Explosion. I've actually got loads that's self-seeded, so I'm going to pick some of those as well. So I've just tilted the camera down so that you can see all this amazing self-sown Frosted Explosion, or it's got several names, isn't it? Sprinkles. I don't know if there's any difference. They all look the same to me. And I'm not going to pick the sunflowers. Oh, shall I? Oh, maybe a couple. Maybe a couple of the smaller ones. I mean, I've got lots of this sort of colour with the Rudbeckia, and the bees are enjoying them so much. Where did I put the grasses? Oh, there. Oops. So I hope you'll agree that's looking pretty lush already, but I haven't even picked my dahlias yet, so I'm going to go over and do that now. I just want to show you this bed because it just gets when the light's low and it just sort of catches the grasses. It looks so pretty. I don't know how well that's picking up on camera. And that one that's got a few tatty ones at the tatty petals at the back, I'm just going to pull those off. Beautiful colour, isn't it? I'll have to check my notes to remind myself what these all are. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, it's one of my favourites, Copper Boy. Looking gorgeous with the sun on it. That one's got quite a short stem, so I don't think I'll pick those yet. I'm going to pick this one, Rancho, at the back. Oh, that seems to have broken. With dahlias, they don't come out any further, so there's no point picking it normally in the bud. I only picked it because it's sort of broken, and I might use that as a bit of textural interest. But what you see when you pick is what it's going to stay like for the next few days. Just going to get a taller bucket, I think. Right. Oh, that one's got broken as well. Don't know what I'm going to do with that one, but I can't chuck it out. I will keep it. That one's only just coming out. Some white one. Need a bit of deadheading. Right. I think that's fine for now. So these are the oh, that was close. These are the dahlias that I've just picked, and I might pick a few other things around the garden. I haven't quite decided yet, but I've got a collection of absolutely gorgeous flowers to play with tomorrow. So I'll make up the 2 orders that have been picked up in the morning first thing, and then I'll play with all the others and show you what I do. So thanks for watching.